welcome to Just Mashin' It. This week, Doug tells us why he's going to hell.
Because I'm about to fucking kill Tom for taking my cigarette.
Oh.
Homicide, bitch.
Tom, why are you going to hell?
Get comfy. The last time I went to visit my cousin in California, we were catching a flight at LAX to I think it was straight to Boston. But anyways, we were running late.
And so you banged her?
No, my cousin's a dude.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, we were.
So
I was running.
So it's legal.
I was running late, and we were getting up to after you go just past security, and you actually have there's a desk that checks your ticket, and then you go down the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
There's the desk, and there's a very narrow tunnel, almost like a doorway for security check. It's very that wide.
Yeah,
It's like 4
It's
feet.
like this wide.
We don't have the website
listeners
yet.
at
It's
home.
4 feet wide. And I get up there and I'm like, shit, this thing's about to take off. I get up there and there's a handicapped person immobilized in one of those fucking wheelchairs out to fucking lunch. And I was like, oh God. And I kind of tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, sir, I need to get on this flight. I need to go. And the flight attendant's looking at me like, what do you want me to do? So I literally hulked out and picked up, I grabbed it by the wheels from behind and picked him up and moved him. And then I was like, all right, here's my ticket. And ran down the tunnel. And just as I got to the first bend in the tunnel where you can't see anybody anymore, I heard, and I looked back and this handicapped dude's on the floor. And I was like, do I go back? Oh, fuck it, I'm getting on the plane.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm going to hell.
Well, yeah, you're definitely going to hell.
Oh, yeah.
Billy, why will you be joining Tommy down there?
It's warm and there's a lack of chairs.
Yeah, it's a shortage of chairs.
There's a sort of
You ever hold a crying baby?
No.
You ever hold a crying baby near a very hard surface? In your mind, all you can think is, you know what? This is fucking irritating as hell.
No
I could
one
just...
will know.
Nobody would ever know. Nobody would question me. I'm a loving parent. I'm broken up inside. But it would stop the crying.
Yeah, for a long time before kids, I thought, who could ever do that?
Oh,
Then
yeah.
you have kids, and you're like, eh.
Yeah, all of a sudden...
I
it's
now I
like-
know why she slashed him up and drowned him in the tub.
Yeah. You don't sympathize as much as you're just like, okay. Yeah, I can see where you'd go there. Yeah, that makes sense now. That's why I'm going now.
But why will you be in the burning pits of hell?
We were up in the beach one time, and I was, made a little hole in the ground, obviously, because you dig holes at the beach, and got in.
What age are you right now?
Huh?
What age are you right now?
Oh, probably
Because you're just
11.
obviously, you dig holes at the
Okay.
beach. I'm like,
Wait,
well,
all right.
right now or
So,
back?
Where do you
I was 11 or 12 at the time, but I just want to say that the last time I went to the beach, which was a couple of years ago, also digging massive holes.
Oh, yeah, probably to trap women.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Obviously.
that's true. That's true.
It's like little
Put the palm
non-era
leaves over it.
punji
Yeah.
pits.
Yeah. So in the hole, jump in, when it's halfway done, up to the knees. So then Al and Kyle bury me in there, and I'm sitting in the knees. So then I have cut off at the knees. So I pull my arms into the sleeves. So I have little short legs and short arms going me 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 me. And a dwarf walks by, right behind me. And my mom is like, "Get out the hole! Get out the hole!"
yeah.
Oh, Jesus. What about you, Ian?
Well, there was the time that I was tripping balls on acid and had to walk towards a very large woman walking my way, and I knew I couldn't do it, and I tried to convince my friend we had to walk the other way, but he told me to man up, and the closer I got and the more I was trying not to laugh, it just made it even worse when I got right up to her and just fucking laughed in her fucking face because her legs looked like goddamn tree trunks, and I immediately felt so shitty, and she looked devastated. And I am going to help her out.
And
I
we
doubt
are
it's- I
all
doubt
going
it's-
to be there to join you.
I doubt it's the first time she's laughed at for me.
I know, but
I mean, I'm laughing at
it
her.
could
I've
have
never
been
seen her.
It could have been the straw that broke the camel's back. She shouldn't have to live with that.
But has anyone ever,
She went home and killed herself.
has anyone ever just
Some dude on acid laughed at me.
She didn't know I was on acid. That was the worst part.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
had
she
little
knew.
kids point at her before and stuff like that, but she's never had someone straight up just laugh in her face like this.
if I had walked at a distance, if I had looked at her and kind of chuckled, it wouldn't have been this bad. But as I was walking past her, it was like. It's just so fucking bad. So it's like when you're trying to hold in a fart and you just.
I wish I
shit
could
your
have seen you
pants.
try to
It makes it
apologize.
way worse.
I didn't try to apologize. I ran away.
I ran away giggling.
It was so bad.
Definitely going to hell.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you guys there. There's some shit we want to play, and we're gonna tell you about it.
There's some shit we want to play. Right now, we're gonna talk about it.
Listen,
bitches.
And that shit is lose. It sounds like a really simple game where there's some aliens coming at you and you shoot them, except every time you shoot one of the aliens, it deletes a random file off the hard drive of your computer.
What?
I almost want to like have some piece of shit computer to try it on, because I want to see like if you keep playing it, will the computer like crash like while you're playing the game? Or, like, how much damage can you do?
What?
Yeah.
And like in the intro, there's like, warning, do not play this game. It will permanently delete random files, and we were not responsible.
I love they even made it.
Yeah.
Dude, can you imagine trying to test that though? Like, all right, here goes test round 1. Oh shit, Windows doesn't work anymore. Let me re-image.
To go on the boot files.
Yeah.
Or there's just like thousands and thousands of files, and it's like, all right, which one's missing? You just have to find which one's missing. I don't see it. Try it again.
I like how, so what's the other part of the lose? Is that there's no way to actually
No, the
defeat
alien dies. It's a
Pretty
lose
much.
for them, but it's a lose for you because you
Yeah.
just
I
deleted
think
it.
it's also like how long can you stay alive killing the aliens before they close in on you. Like it looks like a really simple game, but by the way,
there's literally no way to win, and you lose files on your
yeah,
computer.
it's lose.
It's like asteroids, except you're destroying your computer while you're
Yeah.
at it. It's glorious.
It's kind of genius.
It's kind of terrible.
Hey, they warn you. They're like, don't, just don't.
Don't do
Warning:
this.
don't play this game. Do not.
It reminds me of the
5 stars.
somebody was doing a study on how people get viruses, and they did some research, and they found good numbers on you get this percentage from this happening or this percentage from this happening.
Porn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, and just as much as porn, religious websites. They have no security.
Really?
Yes.
Hilarious.
From working
No,
at a computer
no
store.
security.
No security.
Oh, so
They don't-
so people just like hack in.
Yeah, it doesn't even occur to them. So like it's so much easier like being like, yeah, you got a virus, because I worked at a computer store, so I had to talk. It's like when you're a doctor and you have to talk to somebody. You're talking to the family. It's the hardest part of the job. It's like your husband watches really kinky porn.
Your husband
And-
has
and
a
by
blue
the way-
screen.
By the way, going to church didn't help.
Yeah.
It only made it worse. No, but this guy was doing research into how people get viruses, and he was like, a lot of it, is not keeping up with updates and blah, 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 but a lot of it is just like weird human behavior where they don't seem to think about it or care. So he created a virus and he posted it online, and he was like, do not download this virus. This virus will damage your computer. And hundreds of, thousands of people downloaded it.
They're like, oh yeah? Let's fucking see.
Don't tell me not to download this virus.
It's just human nature. It's human nature. We can't help it. We're like, well, fuck you, man.
Dude, it's like Family Guy. It's like, Meg, you can't make yourself throw up by sticking your finger down your throat.
The slow choke.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is? The
And-
internet has bred an anticipation and an assumption that everything might contain porn.
Yeah.
So even though you're saying don't download this virus, you're
this
like,
is
but
probably
it
the
might,
best porn ever.
but
Well, it's like-
it might be porn.
It's
So
like
I'm gonna
that.
download it just in case.
It's like that whole conversation that we had when we were talking about having like Showtime for like a week, and you were like, may contain brief nudity. You were watching that whole fucking movie, waiting for like a tit.
If they put that in there, there's gotta be
There's
nudity
gotta be a
somewhere.
boob.
Every time I watch porn, I get viruses. Therefore, every time I download viruses, I also get porn.
Yeah, good deductive reasoning.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tra-
that's solid.
The transitive property.
That. Another lesson for you guys today.
Prime numbers.
We're just gonna let you look that up and not explain it at all. Prime number is on your own.
That's your homework.
Know it for the next cast. There will be a test.
All right. So this week in worldwide news,
And
there
only
are-
the best,
Yeah.
finest, classiest news.
Yeah, we scour for this stuff for you guys. In Berlin, there's become an epidemic of dogs dying from drug overdoses. Now they're being poisoned by eating the feces of drug addicts.
That's amazing.
Those poor dogs.
You know what, though? Serves them right. That's what happens when you eat shit. No, really, that's what happens. You get
This is in Germany?
Sick.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah,
Berlin?
Berlin.
Are drug addicts leaving their shit around more frequently in Berlin than other major cities?
I don't know. Apparently they.
Yeah,
use
you'd
the
think this-
park-
So they migrate through Berlin, and that's where they leave all their shit. On
You'd
their
think
way
this would
through to
be
the next.
a more prevalent problem, like Venice Beach or something like that, where like dogs are just getting like
Well,
cracked
I
out.
wonder, are dogs as domestic over in Europe as they are in the United States?
I don't know.
Because I feel like
Maybe
the
they-
reason you probably don't have it in like drug neighborhoods in the United States because dogs are pretty much domestic. So I wonder if in Germany,
I mean, you don't hear about the packs of wild dogs roaming through Berlin.
I don't hear much
taking
about Berlin.
drugs.
since roughly 1945ish. You don't hear much about Berlin.
Everyone was on vacation.
Exactly. So I don't know. Maybe I just figured that must be part of it. That there's more wild dogs. Sort of like we have a lot of stray cats because
Yeah.
people are like, I don't give a shit about cats.
States, I have a lot of stray
Eat less
cats
shit
in my fucking
than dogs.
driveway.
I don't think cats eat shit as much as dogs.
Drugged out feral dogs just sounds. I don't know.
It's a
That sounds
band
like the
name.
setup of something.
It's a great band name.
Yeah.
Drugged out feral dogs.
I think this
Or
is
at
how
least
the
a song
zombie
or like an
apocalypse
album name.
starts. That's how the zombie apocalypse starts.
You get
By
bit
dogs
a-
OD.
Yeah,
addict
dogs
dog.
like ODing on these drugs, and then all of a sudden people think they're dead,
And
and
boom,
they're actually
zombies.
not.
in
And
the
then they-
future,
dogs eat shit that have drugs.
Berlin, 2024,
But it all starts
a world
with
of the
Obamacare.
future.
In Germany.
Obama dog. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday in select theaters everywhere. I'm just trying to think.
I
What
just
would you?
thought it was a great story.
Yeah.
What would you call that though? Like what would be the street name for that drug, which is just basically shit?
Oh no,
Wiener
they do
Schnitzel?
that already. It's called you ferment the shit.
Seriously?
Yeah.
This is a thing.
No, they have a name for that.
I don't know why. It
They were
figures
doing
you
that
would know
in
that.
Florida for a while.
I don't know why. That just makes sense.
Yeah, no.
You mean bath salts?
No, they literally like shit in a bottle and keep it sealed for a while until it ferments, and then they huff the fumes.
What do you have to eat to make sure your
Is
shit
that the-
ferments?
So does that
Make
mean
sure you
every?
eat lots
What's it
and make
called?
sure to have a
It's
balanced
like
diet.
Jenkem or something like
Yeah,
that.
Jenkem.
Yeah,
Yeah, he knows.
Oh my god.
Dude,
You
you're
know,
so excited about this. You're like, yeah, Jacob, yeah.
Well, it's like we were fantasizing about this poop drug, and it's
So
just,
is
it's a reality.
It already exists.
so is that like if you forget to flush or can't flush for a few
No,
days
it
and then
needs
you
to be
open the
sealed.
toilet, you're like, whoa, huh.
Well, what I'm wondering though is like, do you have to have a good balanced diet to make sure that the shit ferments?
So you
Well,
guys
for
Lots
the
of
top-
fruits and berries and
If you're trying to get the higher potency stuff, then
yeah, definitely lots of fruits
Yeah,
and
they
berries.
had
there-
it on an episode of American Dad where Stan like tries to live off minimum wage for like
She's
a month.
part of the main.
Remember that?
That's
and he
right,
meets that
mainstream
homeless guy. He's like,
zeitgeist.
"You want some Jenkem?" And he starts huffing it real hard. Oh no! And he gets all red-eyed and shit, and then he can't feel nothing.
I can't
And he
feel nothing
breaks
from the
into his
Jenkem.
own house to steal like a vase.
Now, is there such a thing as, like, I guess, double fermented Jenkem?
Yeah,
Are there any
Aged
hardcore?
25 years.
yeah, but if you just
$60 a bottle.
A
if
double
you
bag
carbonated
Jenkem,
it,
if you will.
if you did liquid, if you did like diarrhea in it, and you could carbonate that, and it could be a beer.
I feel like there's got to be like a brewmaster kind of a thing where, well, if you eat lilacs beforehand, it has a nice just aroma.
like a home
but
shopping.
see, you
yeah,
say
it just and
that-
it has a nice finish with a very strong body.
It's very bold.
It's a very bold body with just a touch of citrus.
You say that, but all the people that know that kind of shit are so fucked up on it.
Right.
It just comes out like gibberish.
Right. So it
Oh, you
there-
want to get to the good Jenkem, we gotta eat the berries.
so Bill Cosby is on Jenkem. It's like that's the chocolate pudding is what we call it.
Open your eyes, Billy.
It's just
Gotta get
that
the
that
good
that adds
Jenkem.
something new to the Jello commercials. It's just like that whole time. It's like, oh, this nice
Yeah.
nice guy, just like he wants
So
Jello
that's
pudding.
what's wrong with Bill Cosby.
Right.
Like my day, we used to go gluck gluck gluck.
In the buck. And the fat Albert.
Pops.
And the pudding pops and Jello pudding is chocolatey and smooth. Jenkem.
That's the kind of thing you would see on a news story, though. It's like Jenkem, street names it goes by, pudding pops,
I was
Jello
gonna say
pudding.
that's gonna be the street name for Jenkem is pudding
The
pops.
Cosby
Fudge
Delight.
chocolate.
Fudgesicles.
Chocolatey goodness.
Chocolatey goodness.
Chocolate rain.
Chocolate rain.
And the dark nasty.
Oh.
as weird and gross as it is to just ferment shit to get high, who actually said, dude, I'm going to ferment my shit to try to get high?
Well, this all
Or do you think it was an accident? Do you think someone's like, I'm just going to ferment shit? No one else is doing it. I'll hold a world record for the most amount of shit fermented. And then he opened it. When the guy showed up, they opened the bottle and everybody got super ridiculously high.
Is there
and
any,
he's just like,
well,
I can
do
sell
we have
my
any,
shit.
Do you have any idea how long it needs to ferment for? Because if it's like a couple days, I can see it being accidental or something like that and being like, oh, whoa. But if it's like a beer, 2 months, something like that.
You have like
and
a
some
7
dude's
carat guy.
Somebody was like, I'm going to try this.
Yeah,
Right.
a 7 carat guy that you want to display, and you're like, I got to put it in something to protect it. Bottle. Perfect. Boom.
They open
you
it
put
up
it in
and-
like a ship in a bottle.
Go
It's
ahead.
a shit in a bottle,
Check
right?
it for
You get it in there.
splits.
And, yeah,
I'm so high right now.
Exactly.
Splits. It's one whole piece.
But if you have to do this for months and months, that was one sick bastard that sat there and he's like, I'm just gonna keep bottling my shit.
Better option probably. One of the stories similar to the ones we were trying to tell. Somebody shits in a bottle at a party, is embarrassed, plugs it up, puts it in the back of a closet, and some
then
poor
hugs
schmuck
it, then
opens it.
2 weeks later.
Well, no, two weeks later, some guy is like, "What is in this bottle? What the fuck?" Woo! Like that.
I'm so high.
But then, how do you figure out that it was shit? I
What
guess it just
and-
smells
And
like.
who thought of the name Jakem or Jackum? Jankum? Jank? Like
Jenk.
Jankum.
Jankum.
Now I couldn't think of his Jenkem.
Maybe it was because
No,
the
get
first
some
one that was
Jenkem.
done off vodka shits from Jenkins. And they were like, oh, some Jenkins.
awesome
Jenkins. Some Jenkins over there.
My guess is somebody,
said Jankum.
the guy that figured it out is also the guy that named it because he was fucked up when he named it. Dude, what are you high on? Oh, God, some Jankum.
I like how the inventor is also Bill Cosby.
That was not fuck.
Jankum.
Then what voice is it supposed to be? Because it's clear you're trying to do a Cosby.
I don't know. Maybe that's all I got. Some Jankum. Juggle pudding pops.
According to Wikipedia, it's more potent than cannabis.
How do you spell it?
C-A-N.
Jenkem.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's big in Zimbabwe. And they
You really think the guy that invented it would have had a different spelling other than the phonic sound of it? Jankum, he'd be like Jankum. I'm just gonna write random letters down. That's probably what he did.
Really
This is
fucked with the drug
also
addict.
in the country where they do brown.
When I'm huffing glue, I just hear voices in my head. But with Jenkem, I see visions. I see my mother who is dead, and I forget about the problems in my life. They tested it on mice in a lab.
Oh God.
That's a fun
No,
job.
hold on. Your tax dollars paid for that grant to get rats high on someone else's shit. That's what happened, right?
I wonder if they used mouse poop.
Yeah. I feel like bears would be good because they eat a lot of berries.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't actually know that berries produce the best Jenkem. We
Well,
all
I
have
mean,
a hunch.
We're assuming.
Let's.
Who knows? It could be Taco Bell.
We should get a grant.
We should,
And
should
run
definitely
a
do that.
test.
Fact.
At least
MacArthur
Why do you want this
grant.
grant? We want to do a scientific study on
Basically,
Jankum.
we're gonna eat a bunch of foods that we want to eat, and for a couple days, and then take a shit, and then we're gonna ferment it, and then see how high we get.
No, how high somebody else gets.
Dude, that
Okay.
We'll figure out the details
We're
later.
just
So-
splitting hairs.
So who's going to apply for the MacArthur Genius Grant? Because we got this.
We just want to get high on Jankum.
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 Easy money on the mic once again. I had a realization while playing Civilization. I can stand the test of time as any nation. English, Chinese, German, or even Zulu. Step to me, I might run right through you. Siege tactics got you on your back, man, you're hella whack. I don't even have to try, my gold stack's high. Rush the production on my next world wonder. Raising all your cities while barbarians, they plunder. Peace treaties are for suckers, I don't even waste my time. I betray my allies, man, I do it all the time because I'm cutthroat. I just don't give a damn. Keep 'em boxed up while my borders they expand. It's in my hand. The whole earth belongs to me. The prophecy flying right through the technology tree. Exploit the earth like I have since birth. First and then no roar blast to defend his turf. City states are my mates, but I'm the ringleader. conflict breeder. I'm the one starting war. You better ask yourself what you came here for. History repeats itself. Time to settle the score. To my settlers, my spearmen, yeah, keep your shit tight. To all my ships and my scouts, yeah, keep expanding my sight. To get the drop on others who act like my brothers. Quick to stab my back, so I fuck with them others. Yeah. Civilization 5 with expansion packs. I got expansion packs. Yo, easy money.
So, Dougie, how's GTA Online?
It's actually a lot of fun. There's just a lot of shit that they fucked up. They actually basically make it so you don't want to play in a game with all the other people in a free roam. Because a lot of it's based on, like, the free roam. You go in there, you can rob stores, and you can, like, shoot people randomly and just, like, kill people. And
So it's just like an open world.
Right, but you
everybody's-
lose, like, $5,000 every time you die. And it's your own money. It's, like, a cool concept. You have to buy your own ammo. You have to buy your own armor. You don't just pick it up. You have to, like, purchase it.
But any dickwad can just, like, drop napalm on you and be like,
Right,
fuck,
and
now I just
yeah,
lost.
and you lose like money, and if you have any money, if you have over 5,000 like on you in cash, and you haven't deposited in the bank, which can be done through your phone anyways, and this literally just like takes maybe 10 seconds to do.
Oh.
You just have to remember to
Right.
do it.
Well, yeah, it'll even tell you like, oh, you should do this, but it's like, well, what's the point? Why do I want to run around even if I have no money? I have like $200,000. I've already spent $150 to buy an apartment, right? I've already put about $20 to $30,000 into my car, right? Of money where I have like
way too much like real life.
yeah, no,
I
but
just
it's
wa-
like kind of cool. That's like the cool part about it. It's like there's that part where like, because Louis asked me, he goes,
God damn
"Oh,
it, I
dude."
got a mortgage to pay.
So Louis asked me, and I have to pay $50 a week for my mechanic and the maid if I throw cigarette butts on the ground because I can't put them out in a fucking ashtray. But anyways, so Louis was like, oh, well, you know, like, how did you make so much money? I'm like, this is going to sound really stupid and really, this is going to sound really, really stupid. Hard work. You have to, like, go in. You have to go in and do missions and deliver cars for people. And, like, you know, every hour you can, like, sell cars and
I
make
just-
money. And
You
it's
know
like,
what they
it's a
say,
cool
Dad.
You're making
concept,
me
but-
not want to play that.
I just want to point. I want to point out that the game sounds like it's loaded down with the fact that in order to enjoy it, you have to remember to take trips to a virtual ATM to get your virtual money
you can-
out.
No, you can do it all on your phone, and like you can even take out money so you can go to the strip club and make it rain on strippers.
But it's still.
No, like there's like those are like the cool parts where it's like, oh, I have to like go out and do jobs for people because like there's a bunch of NPCs that like give you missions like, oh, you got to go steal the cocaine.
You gotta earn that
and then you
paper.
show up. Yeah, exactly. You got to earn the cheddar, right? It's not given to you.
And actually, I get how
Or
it
you
sounds
can
appealing.
invest.
Like that's
What was
what makes it.
You can invest in the game. You know,
Not
right?
yet. The stock market isn't open yet. There's like
Oh, they
things
haven't
that
opened the stock market
and
yet?
the big heists still aren't open. Like that stuff that they're like releasing as like content updates and
Oh,
stuff.
interesting.
Why
But,
would
like,
I
you
want
still
to
go out and
work
do-
after I get home from my real job?
Because
it's
crime.
running
Do you
cocaine.
do you steal heroin at your job?
You don't get that rush at
Yeah.
your real
He's
job.
a safety manager.
I guess that's true. Maybe he does.
Yes. I mean, I bet you there's
No,
a
that
hell
just
of a
means-
rush as a safety manager.
No, but like,
Whoa.
and it's
Those
you know,
scissors need to
you
be walked with.
You do missions, but there's like just some stuff that they screwed up, and one of them is definitely like losing the amount of money you lose when you die in free roam because now I'm stuck playing like closed sessions or sessions with just friends, and I don't want to necessarily invite people into my mission because they could just kill me and ruin the mission and be an asshole. So it's like, okay, there's some good and bad, and like the fun part is actually like you're making money. It feels like I'm accomplishing something in the game. I now have beachfront property. Like that's cool. I now have a car that has like upgrades in it.
I'm
But I
getting
have to,
first row pussy
but-
on the daily.
yeah, fact.
So-
I've already got 2 strippers in my phone, and I can call them over to my apartment to do lap dances whenever I
Now,
want.
Dougie.
But you gotta work for
Dougie.
that money that you
Yeah,
pay for the laptop.
and I can drink enough whiskey and beer to pass out, smash my head on the counter, and get sent to the hospital. Like that's sweet.
So I just going back to an earlier conversation. I imagine there are going to be a bunch of androids one day running cocaine, making it rain on strippers, and smashing their heads on
I don't
tables.
have time to
after
go to the
drinking
strip
too
club.
much.
I'll just send my Android to make it rain.
But no, like, so it's one of those things where you feel like you're accomplishing something because you're making money. You don't necessarily make a lot of money, but then they like totally screw it up because you have to like do races to unlock upgrades for your car. It's not
I've
just like
hated that.
like you're earning rep, which is like your level, and then you unlock guns that you can purchase and stuff. It's like, okay, it kind of makes sense to make sure that you don't just go in there, have somebody throw you like $600,000, and then you're just like in the game.
Yeah, because
Which gets
gun
annoying.
dealers really care about whether or not you
You're
can
buying
drive
them at
fast.
you're okay, but you're buying them at legal like places.
Hey,
I'm talking
yeah.
about like the races unlocks.
If you're
upgrades for your
driving
car.
their gear, they care about how well you
Oh,
can
I,
drive.
I thought you were
so,
saying
like-
that races like
Oh.
unlock better weapons. Like
No,
the local
I
gun.
broke off into like rep points, but you
Okay.
So like but you have to come in first place. So what you end up having to do is boost with your friends. You get one other person in there, and like all you need to do is finish. You'll get like $1,000. I'll get 2,000, and then I'll get the unlocks for my car. Then I'll let you do it with whatever car type you want. And it's not like if you're doing it for sports cars, you have to do it for sports cars. If you're doing it for supercars, you're only doing unlocks for supercars. If you're doing it for SUVs, it's only for SUVs. So like that's like the kind of screwed up part. Like, well, I don't want to go into a game and have to get first place in a race with 8 other people when all they're trying to do is like ram the back of your car and throw you off the road. It's like, well, that sucks.
It'd
So then
be
you
like
end up,
trying to
stuck
race in
boosting.
Twisted Metal. Like,
Yeah.
yay. It's
Well,
like, I don't
you
want
can
to
just do regular races
or
and stuff, but
that'd
still,
be, this
it's
is a bad
just like-
example. It'd be like actually going for the races in Mario Kart. You don't
Yeah.
actually go for the racing in Mario Kart.
Well,
you go for the destruction part.
If I want
Make
to
it
play a
about
racing
that.
game and win races, I'll go get Forza. I'll go
Exactly.
play Project
Make
Gotham
GTA
Racing or whatever
racing
the fuck is out there.
GTA racing.
Yeah.
Make like it about who does
you-
most damage to the other person or something
and
like
you
that.
can,
or
but it's
last
just
man
like-
standing.
It should. I would even understand if like if you come in the top half of the winners, it's considered a win.
Yeah.
So like, oh, I just have to do better than half the other people.
Yeah.
Like,
All right,
like,
cool. Like there's a bunch of NPCs who send you missions, and like some of them like are just not possible to do by yourself. They either don't let you because you have to have at least 2 people, or it's just too hard because there's just too many guys, and it's like you're getting hit from every vantage point. So you can't like just keep doing missions and stuff, and it's kind of like, well,
But the problem is, at this point, Rockstar could release a game that's just a dude jiggling his balls on the screen
I
for
would
15
love that
minutes,
game.
and everybody would buy it. Exactly.
Tommy would make sound effects for that game. It'd be excellent.
yes, and then
See,
we'd be loaded.
right off the street, raw talent right there.
Yeah. Raw talent. Emphasis on raw.
I bet the ball
Take it-
jiggling
take it
physics
away
would
from
be
the
pretty
talent
epic,
part.
though.
Take the
Euphoria
emphasis off the
engine!
talent part.
They just look so real with Connect. It's amazing. Hold on.
We
just-
use
they're
the
huge
same
balls, too.
engine.
I'm just
that
mashing it right now.
we use the same engine that they used to make Crisis 3 for ball jiggling. It's maxed
Each
out.
hair
There'd be all the-
individually rendered.
We called up Pixar and said, "Hey,
but if your system can't handle it, you can go shaved.
But then you have to worry about the wrinkle definition.
Well, yeah, but that's not nearly as
Unless
bad
it's
as the
warm out.
physics.
Yeah. Well, you'd
You
have
just
to
need
integrate.
you just need high video RAM. You wouldn't need the processing power.
But then
of
you integrate with the PS3's ability to check what the weather is, and so when it's cold, they shrivel up a little bit.
Exactly.
When it's warm, they just hang really
If
low.
there's
Stretch
anything
out.
worth upgrading your system for, it's a wrinkled ball sack.
it. What would the multiplayer be?
Mashing 2 ball sacks together. I mean, come on. Doesn't take that much imagination.
Dude, it's co-op. It's not competitive. Work together.
Analog, stop corridor. Thought you were a number in a silicone plug that conceal it all. Don't reflect it all, awake to start reading.